Hi, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Danny.
And welcome to Sink Your Teeth In, the show where we take a bite out of all things spooky so you can get your fill.
This is episode 22, story time. Crazy or romantic? Welcome back, Little Omens. Today's episode, we're keeping in theme with this February Till Death Do Us Part. And today we have a little bit of tea for you guys. We have a Reddit story, and it's about a couple who maybe one person in the relationship, their intentions weren't as pure going into it as the other. We'll ask you guys at the end of this, do you think it's crazy or romantic?
And if you're new here, be sure to like today's video and subscribe for more content to sink your teeth into. Alright, so as Danny said, we have a story today from Reddit. So it goes. Are you ready for this, Danny?
I'm ready. Give me the information. I want to hear about some kooky, ooky, spooky.
Alright, so we start off with, I, 24 female, married my husband, 28 male, about a year and a half ago. The first time I saw my husband, I was a freshman in high school. He was a freshman in college.
Girl, this is already a problem. Thinking about freshman me, no.
That's a gap right there.
Yeah, because it's such a specific time in your life. 4 years as an adult, not that big of a deal. 4 years freshman in high school and freshman in college is a very strong gap. Okay.
Crazy or romantic? He was walking his dog at the park when he stopped to talk to my brother, 27 male, because they happened to go to high school together. That was the moment I became hooked. Call her Captain, bitch, because she's hooked. That same day, I found his Instagram, his family's social media, and also where he lived.
Just girly things.
Since my brother walked him home while I tagged along. When I got home that day, I knew I wanted him. But of course, I was only 14, while he was 18. So I came up with a plan. I found out his younger brother was only 1 year younger than me and would be attending my current high school. I figured that I had to befriend his younger brother by any means possible next year when he moved up as a freshman while I became a sophomore. And I did. It took around halfway my junior year where we became best friends and he invited me over regularly to his house. That was sounded regularly.
That's not what I was laughing at. I'm like, this is psychotic.
He invited me over regularly to his house to hang out. This is where I was able to befriend my current husband's mom, and God, did she love to talk about him.
That's iconic. The mom is where it's at. You gotta get the mom.
Right?
Yeah.
She knew. She had her plan.
Yeah.
From her, I found out what college he goes to, his past girlfriends, what his elementary and middle school was, his favorite and least favorite foods, pet peeves, likes, and etc. Eventually, when my visits started getting more and more frequent, I formally met my current husband again. Current husband, we'll call him E, would come over every other week and stay for either Friday through Sunday or Saturday to Sunday. On those days specifically, I would wear my cutest outfits to impress him and also joke around with him a lot. Girl, Farmville up in this bitch.
No,
she is
literally,
planting seeds.
I'm like, she should literally be the president. Like, this is
she
kind
said,
of insane.
Plan,
at 14,
action.
You had this, like, going. I mean, and to be fair, at 14, like, I was also psychotic, but, like...
It's a junior now, so she's 16.
I know, but it started at 14.
Talk about the long game, though.
No, yeah.
All right. Eventually, I befriended my now husband as well. A little background on E. He is the school record holder for a certain sport at my school, which I just so happen to do. Just so happen.
Soccer or swim, I'm guessing.
Around halfway through my senior year, E came back during the season to help coach my current high school athletes, which included me, in order to get some volunteer hours in, and I got to spend a lot more time with him. I loved every second of it.
Oh, no.
We were friends before, but then we became closer since I got to spend lots of extra time with him after school, where sometimes he would even drive me home since we lived relatively close.
Girl, no. You know, we had a coach like that too.
Oh. Oh.
Off camera.
Fast forward to when I had moved away to New York City for college. E moved with me since he coincidentally got a job near my college.
I don't like it already. You know, it's one thing for her to be infatuated. At 15, 16, you ain't got no clue. The adults should have a fucking clue not to be hanging around the babies. Like, girl, get it together.
So you think it's weird that he moved with her?
Yes. Very odd. The friendliness only goes so far. Like, I get it. It's a family friend. But the fact that he's her coach now and the fact that they end up together is problematic. But go ahead.
Edit. I lied. It wasn't a coincidence. I found out he got a job offer and applied to a college nearby his workplace.
Okay, but the fact that you would still be willing to move in together is still a little weird.
Because we were each other's only friends in a new state, we became incredibly close. We started dating when I was almost a sophomore year of college. So, friends until sophomore. It's not
like right out of
right.
Freshly 18. I don't like it, but whatever.
All right. So we started dating after I was almost a sophomore year of college. He proposed to me after I graduated, and we just got married almost a year ago. He knows absolutely nothing about how I truly know him and believes it is fate that brought us together by his younger brother. Lately, I have been debating on whether I should tell him or at least his younger brother the truth, since the only reason I befriended him was to get closer to E. I feel guilty every time he tells our love story because the truth is I've known him for 10 years, while he's only known me for about 7. So Danny, crazy or romantic?
No, it's crazy. Like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of layers. So, like, the age gap is part of the problem. Mm-hmm. If they were, like, happenstance, like, just two strangers and she, like, orchestrated to try to meet him, I think about it, too. What if this was a man? If it was a man, it would be like, oh, that's scary. You know what I mean? So
let's flip that perspective. If it was a man, is it still as creepy because he's preying on an older woman and not a younger woman?
No, I think that's still a problem. It's still an older woman.
Okay.
I still believe it does not matter your gender.
Okay.
Like, no, that layer of it, like, is what is, like, in my head. But then I feel like part of that is, like, oh, I'm just a kid. Like, I don't know any better. So then I think at some point you should have been like, hey, yeah, like, I thought you were cute and I befriended, but, like, it became something more. You have to lie. Like.
So you're landing on crazy.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Okay. I mean, I think it would be one thing if you told him and were like, girl, this was like I'm a little cuckoo, I'm a little crazy.
A cock-a-doodie car!
No, like, I'm a little. But I feel like that would not be a surprise because, like, someone who does this is not your only lie. You are a liar. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a lot that would be unraveled.
Interesting.
So you think it's romantic? Stop it right now! Stop it right now!
Here's the thing.
Jesus.
All-encompassing, if I was to categorize it as crazy or romantic, I would categorize it as romantic.
No.
Here's the thing. You gotta be a little crazy to be romantic.
No. Lying and deception is not romantic.
It's not. That I agree. However, I feel like if your bond is strong enough, I put it into perspective of me. If I was to find out that someone pursued me for this long and did all of this, honestly, I'd be like, I am so special.
I think it's because you have issues.
Well, sure, but yeah.
And everyone wants to be wanted, but like there's a line of like, that's really weird that you went out of your way to do all of these things.
Here's the thing, though.
Like, cause the friend, how
But
shitty is that? Like, you're only my friend because you wanted to fuck my brother.
Well,
that
yeah,
sucks.
but at the same time, it's like everyone's using everyone for something.
No. You think I'm sitting here using you for something? What the fuck are you talking about? That's insane.
Like, our friendship is iconic, but it's like, I'm not using you for anything. I'm using you for friendship.
Yeah. But that's the point of the friendship!
Exactly!
You shouldn't be using a friend for anything but the friendship.
Okay. Listen, here's the thing.
This is the end of sinkyourteethin right now.
I think about it as, if you want something, you gotta go and do what you need to do to get it.
Yes, but it's a human being, so you have no claim on a human being.
Okay, but you think about the long con of it.
No, it's dedication. And honestly,
Right.
she's a girl boss.
Right.
Like, she's a girl boss.
That's the point.
She's fucking crazy.
Okay, but you gotta be crazy to be romantic and to get what you want. Girl, it would be one thing if it was like, I was 14, I saw him, and I pursued him, and by like my 15th birthday, I had that man in my bed. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking wild. But you think about it. She's 14. She sees this man and she's absolutely like taken. No. And then you graduate college at like what, 21, 22?
Sure.
That's what, 7 years? That's dedication. That's planning. That's, you know what? I know what I want and I'm going to get it. And she did that. And that's romantic.
Her brain is not, she's 24. Her brain still is not fully developed.
Sure.
Do you even understand? You're obsessed with this person to the point where 10 years go by and you're still like, so you've not even given the possibility of like anything else in your life. You've never entertained the possibility of someone else in your life.
That's Victor and I. Girl, I am obsessed with my man.
You were an adult when you got together.
I was 22.
Okay. So you didn't see him at 12 and hold on to that until 22.
Let me tell you something. If I saw that man at 14...
Stop. We're not doing this.
If I was 14
we're not doing this.
And I saw him at 18...
Okay.
We'd be...
No, you wouldn't.
This would be me.
You were
this
so...
Would be me.
The closet doors were shut,
Listen.
paved, concrete.
Yes, they were. I was entombed in my closet. But let me tell you something. When this door closed and I was alone with my thoughts and my body.
Yeah, sure.
And if I got a little girlfriend, her name...
Victorina.
Yes! No, honestly. Her name may have been Sarah, but I was calling that bitch Victor in my head. Okay? I understand you want something and you say, that is mine, and you get it, and you do what you need to do to get that.
See, this is where the problem is. We're thinking about Dracula, who's, I've crossed an ocean of time to get to you. That, romantic. But if she said no and she found out like he was following her and she was like, oh, that's spooky, respect that.
Sure. You have no control over how they're going to react.
Yeah, but they should know. And until they don't know, it's crazy.
Okay, but...
It is for that person who's in the relationship to determine that it's romantic.
I respect that answer. But in the flip side of it, if you have a perfect relationship...
But it's not, though. It's deception.
You're in a relationship with someone, and you're like, I never thought I'd be so happy. This person is perfect for me.
We just did Crimson Peak. She thought the same thing, and it was fake. He was fucking his sister.
Okay, that's about cheating. This is about...
It's not cheating. It's...
What do you mean? He's fucking the sister.
It is cheating. The problem is he went there with a specific purpose. Her, at the end, she still, like, had feelings for him. That is for her to determine.
Crimson Peak is a bad example because...
It's not a bad example.
It is because the intent was never about her. She was the variable that got in the way.
That's the romantic part.
Both for Thomas and Lucille.
It's creepy because she's just like...
A better example is Gomez and Morticia. Gomez would have done anything. These two people...
But they met on the... He didn't see her from before.
Okay, and I respect that.
No, he respects women too much to be creepy.
But here's the thing. It's only creepy because no one is willing to put in that effort.
No!
And the people that are willing to put in that effort, I get where it's deception.
If my child
and that
was
is
like,
bad.
I'm so obsessed with this person, like I'm going to make, I'd be like, okay, you need to not see that person right now. Like we need to go live our lives, and like you took up a sport, you befriended his family. It's too much. It's too much. Objectively.
So she
as
stayed
a girl,
on.
As a girl's girl, bitch, you go. It's crazy, but you do you. Yeah.
But I'm willing to.
It's not romantic.
But
though.
the thing is
it's
like
insane.
It is crazy, granted, but you have to be crazy to be romantic.
The premise of what you're saying, I don't disagree with. I think in this moment that is not what is happening.
I think the only issue it comes with is you not being certain. If I told him and he doesn't feel the efforts that I made, let me tell you something more. 7 years, if I did this and I go to my spouse and I say, hey, it's been weighing on me, I need to come clean with you, and you rejected me from that,
she would kill him. Crazy.
Rightfully so.
Crazy.
No. All that effort.
What do you mean rightfully so?
All that effort.
Your foundation of your relationship is a lie. You have been deceived.
Isn't. It is. I have put in this much effort. You've been coasting. I've been guiding.
You don't even.
For
he's
him.
living his life like a normal fucking person. Like a normal person should. As an adult, teenager, whatever.
And listen, I have been here from the beginning as a guiding hand.
It really depends. Because like, if you told me that someone when I was 15 or when I was 18 and they were 15, like was putting shit and like orchestrating my fucking life and like fucking with me, it would freak me the fuck out. Even if I love this person more than anything, I would still be scared. Like, I'm not saying I would necessarily leave, but I would still be like, what the fuck? Like, you know how I feel about reality.
If you know how I feel, why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know.
I know.
You know how I feel about my reality.
I know. But listen, you're focusing so much on her.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. As a man, you know when you're not just when someone's not being nice. Even when someone is being nice, men take everything as, that bitch wants me.
Yeah, it's
so she is not alone in this, where if he didn't in any way, shape, or form want anything to do with her other than a friend,
he would have made
that boundary.
He should have put the boundary in when she was a baby.
Which is why it is romantic.
No.
For her to be so infatuated.
It's inappropriate.
Sure, but aside from the inappropriateness of it, it's still romantic.
It's not.
Because it's like, I have done my entire life.
It's like kind of sad, honestly. I mean, you go to school, like your whole life revolves around this person.
Yes, but at the same time, if that's what you want, that's what you want.
No, I'm not gonna be like, you're an idiot, but like in my head.
Sure.
No, not an idiot. That's rude. But like, I would think like therapy is really helpful for you, probably. Like,
but
I need to know. Did she tell him? No, we need the update.
Okay.
We need the update. I need to know.
So there are updates. We just needed to get the basis of the story out here. And clearly, Danny and I are on two different channels.
Yeah. I feel like there's like some crossover. I think the core of the problem with this is the youngness. I think if they were older, it would be a completely different story.
And see, I think that's the only like fallible argument. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I get it. But at the same time, these people, this was like 3 years ago. So you figure they were like, what, 14 or whatever in like the late 90s, early 2000s. We also need to like take into consideration that
the time
back in the, like, it wasn't how it is today. Everyone is against like...
That does not make it okay.
It's not about okay. The reality is this. If you're thinking about it in theory, it's
3
wrong.
years ago, that's the same age as me.
Okay.
So no.
If you're thinking about it in theory, yes, it's wrong. If you were to come to me and be like, what would I do in this situation? I would sit you down and be like, bitch, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down. However, if you had came to me and said, hey, listen, I saw this man at 14 and he has been some way, shape, or form in my life. And I feel like I can pull the strings to get what I want. I would be cheering, girl,
I probably would be too. I'm crazy.
See?
I'm also crazy.
But it's romantic.
It's not romantic. It's crazy.
You're
the Delulu. Give me the fucking update.
To pull someone and say, that is such a showmanship of love. To say, I have
It's not love, it's obsession.
And what's wrong with obsession?
It's not love.
It is love.
Excuse me, no.
It is love. To be upset. Listen, if she's like out here fucking Tanya Harding a bitch, then I could understand. I'd be like, that's fucking crazy. If she was like, I had to break that bitch's leg to get her off the swim team so that she could be with me.
Imagine he rejected her. Where would we be?
We'd be telling a true crime story.
Exactly. That's my point. That's the problem.
That is crazy.
That is crazy because he accepted it because he's a predator. In my opinion,
but that's why
before I became a sophomore, that's 18, 19. Let's be fucking clear. She wasn't a sophomore. It's 18, 19.
Sure.
You're a baby. He's a fucking adult.
Okay.
It's weird.
I'm not discounting that. My point is that if it's one-sided, if it was her obsessed with him and he gave her the time and day.
Okay, so the fact that he said yes is irrelevant.
It's not.
It is. The whole premise is the fact that she orchestrated it.
It's two consenting people.
Is it though? Because informed consent, you would have all of the information. It's not informed consent.
Okay, but you also got to think about like how our lives are led today. Like we get basically brainwashed into everything.
I agree.
You could be like, oh, I didn't like this, but then you see so much bullshit media about it that you're like, actually, I kind of fucking like that. So
that's not the same thing as someone nebulously trying to get you to buy something and someone literally fucking with your life. I'm gonna start incorporating things in your life now.
Okay, we are a perfect example. We didn't know each other until 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
I started coming around a lot more.
Yeah.
I knew of cousins that you were gonna be the one that I kikied with. So how is it
I was so
not?
excited. I was like, a gay.
Right? So that's what I mean. I'm like, you and we found like a foundation and we built upon it.
You didn't like orchestrate being in my life though.
Didn't I?
Stop it. That's not even real. Shut up.
Would you be mad if it was?
It would be like, I would be like, why? That's kind of
weird. Would you be like, you're fucking crazy, I'm never talking to you again?
No. That's different.
So here's the update. First update says, I read a reply saying that the best thing for myself is to keep it a secret, which is what a lot of people are saying. But the best thing for him is to tell him. Mm-hmm. And I figured that person is really right. I will be telling him Tuesday on his day off. He deserves to know who he married. Update, July 6th, 2023. I told him this 4th of July, after the fireworks.
Why 4th of July?
She said, let freedom ring, bitch. Here's what we're doing. She said, let me tell you about the Constitution, bitch. Okay, I told him this 4th of July. After the fireworks mostly ended and we were heading back, I asked him in the car, wouldn't it have been weird if we met each other before the first time we actually met? But we just didn't think of each other as significant at the time. He smiled and turned to me saying, that's impossible. There's no universe where we would have met and I would have not thought of you as significant. That statement struck me in the heart because I knew I would soon prove that very sentence wrong. But I continued with my plan anyway. What if I told you we had met each other before? Before the time I was introduced as E's little brother's friend. He looked at me like I was crazy. So that's when I pulled over to the side of the road and I showed him the post and explained everything. He took about 8 minutes to read the whole thing, and that's when he finished and put the phone down and stared straight ahead. almost like he was dumbfounded, scared, and confused all at the same time. I started throwing out every excuse and apology I could muster at the moment for about 15 minutes straight when he decided to tell me to stop, and I did. He then sat there and sobbed uncontrollably for about 10 minutes, bitch, before he finally asked me how much of our relationship and how much of my identity was fabricated according to his liking. I told him the honest truth. None of my personality or identity was fabricated for him, except for the fact of how we met. The only thing I ever changed about myself to make him like me more was lying about Chinese food. I hate Chinese food. But other than that, everything was real. Although my friendship with his younger brother was built upon ill intentions, my friendship between his brother and I are now one of my most genuine friendships I have.
How would you know, though?
Because you got your foot in the door. And now, okay, I got what I want. Now I can be... it's your personality. You
Is
have...
it, though?
Oh. He just cried and told me that he doesn't want a divorce at all, but he does want us to have some time apart so he can absorb the truth absorb the truth that I gave him. He also said that he expects me to tell his brother and mom this Friday because they deserve to know the truth as much as he did. I told him okay, and we drove home in silence. We got home, he hugged me and cried for about 5 minutes before he got out of the car, packed his stuff, and said he'll be staying at a nearby hotel for now. He said he knows that he still loves me, but does not know yet how to react to the fact that the beginning of our relationship was very, very orchestrated. To sum it all up, I guess it was a success. I honestly don't know. He sent me a good night and I love you text last night while he was at the hotel, so I guess he's not as mad as he may be betrayed.
Is that it? Read the rest.
What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, it makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lie. You're a liar. I mean, the fact that he's not going to divorce her is, I don't want them to get divorced.
Update 2.
No.
Woke up this morning to find out that hubby not only lied about going to a hotel to stay at, but also lied about not wanting a divorce through a text message. He went to his family's home, not a fucking hotel, told them the entire story himself, probably exaggerated it too, to make me seem crazy.
Oh my
The whole
God.
family wants nothing to do with me, claims I'm a psycho. He said he lied about going to a hotel because he knew if he told me the truth, I would try to stop him. Honestly, I feel so betrayed.
Girl,
I
you ain't got
tried
no
to
ground
be-
stand on.
I tried to be a good wife by showing him the true me, and this is what he does? I did all this work just for it to end like this. Honestly, I kind of deserve it. I didn't tell him in the first place because I felt bad. I told him because I had a suspicion that he was catching on to the fact that I knew him for 2.5 years before he knew me. Largely because I found out he was keeping my old phone in his work desk. My old phone had screenshots of a lot of his old Instagram posts, plans of my notes app about him, etc.
Wait, okay, so he knew. What in the fuck is going on here?
So I guess he never truly loved me if he can't get past an honest confession like this one. I might have an update in a few years when I find a new husband. LOL.
Shut the fuck up. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, that's kind of sad. I mean, it makes sense though. Like, that's scary. Okay, so you knew all of that and you still think it's romantic.
I do.
You're out of your mind. You need
If
therapy.
it went the opposite way. Here's the thing. Why? This is where I'm like, am I a sociopath? Because
Yes.
I do not have the human emotion. I would not feel guilty
You wouldn't feel guilty?
about, I wanted something. I went and I got it.
You're joking right now. You're being funny.
Here's the thing. I have never had the guilt of being like, I have to tell someone what I did. That goes to say for these fucking
Really?
murderers. Like, oh, I just had my deathbed confession. Bitch, get the hell out of here.
No, I think that's kind of a slight.
No, because it's like, that's where with me, I do things with the intent. Most of everything. I say that and I'm like, this fat slob. It's like,
Stop.
But it's like, I do things with my mind is always thinking about, if I take this step, how's it going to look down the road?
Yeah, like, so you have good intentions.
Sure.
So you cannot put yourself in those shoes.
Okay, but my thing is this. Why it irks me when people are like, it's just been weighing on me. I've just had to. No.
Oh, I've felt like that before. Yeah.
No. If I was to do something of not the best interest
Yeah.
to you, if I pursue that, I am 100% confident within myself from now until the day that I die. And even if you were to find out, my intention would be, I did it because of this. And you can either respect that or you can't. And that's how like that ends up. But the thing is like, it would never be on me to be like, 5 years, 10 years, us on our fucking deathbed.
So if I came to you and I was like crying and sad, you would be like, well, I did it for this reason. You wouldn't be sorry.
I would be sad that you're upset about it.
You're psychotic. You need therapy. That's what this conversation is.
But listen,
you need therapy.
the thing of it is this.
You shouldn't hurt other people. You should feel bad if you hurt other people.
Here's the thing. You had everything you wanted, and then you got in your own way.
It was the right thing to do.
Okay, right or wrong, you got in your own. Look
Sure.
at where we ended up.
Yeah.
And then you want to like that.
So you're gonna
that
live for
last
50 years
update,
a literal lie.
That last update.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, girl, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because now that what you got was taken away from you, and now it's all like, oh, it's him. Like, take some responsibility.
Yeah.
But I will still hold it to the fact that it is romantic that you did everything that you needed to do. Because the thing is, she said it isn't, she was genuine from what she says. All that it was I saw you didn't see me. And I did all this so that you would see me.
Okay, but she already lied. She didn't start off the story with, should I tell him I think he has a clue? You already knew that you thought he had a clue about why does he have my phone in his desk and all of this.
Right, but even...
You are a liar.
But even that...
She's a liar. Why the fuck would we not think that she's lying in this?
Why? But that conversation could have gone so differently in the sense that he has her old phone. If he's going through it, even if she was like, ooh, I better get the upper hand and be like, let me tell you what's going on. Or if he came to her, for me, like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, it makes me feel like really special to be like, wow, you like really pursued me. You did all of this for me.
Yeah, because.
And more so for the same, like, if I was to pursue someone else, I'd be like, I put in a lot of fucking effort for this. I've been genuine this entire fucking
People
time.
don't owe you shit.
No one owes me shit.
This is a man perspective because
Sure.
men will be like, I put in all this time, all this money, and you're not gonna fuck me. Like, no,
it's not.
You're not entitled to
it's
me.
It's not
or
about
my
that.
body.
It is. Don't take my intentions for ill intent. My intentions
but
were.
It doesn't matter what the intentions are. Like.
It does.
It does not.
Because it's like,
selfish for you to have done all that stuff. It's because you wanted to date me. It's for you. It's not for me. You're not doing me a fucking favor, bitch.
I waited on you. I came.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's the thing. I
for
pursued,
yourself.
Okay.
For yourself. It's not for me. It's not for me. You didn't benefit me.
Do you think if I was to, in a sense that we're not cousins, because I feel like that's what everyone's going to be focusing on this shit. This is a completely hypothetical thing. We didn't know each other. I see you and I say, this is the woman I want to be with for the rest of my life. And then... And then I do everything. I pursue you. I take you out and everything. Not with the intention of I just want to fuck her or anything like that.
You
I
can marry
want
me. You're not owed my time. You're not
No.
owed anything because you do nice things for me.
Right.
Like the whole thing with the Notebook. He built her a house. He did all these things. That's nice, but she doesn't owe him anything for that.
Right. But that's my thing. I'm doing all of that because I am obsessed with you.
Yeah, for
And
yourself. It's like the show You. It's like Joe.
And I think...
No.
Listen, here's the thing.
Absolutely not.
But here's the thing.
Absolutely not.
You do all of this. And yeah, it teeters on crazy and everything because you can go that route of like,
it tells me
assault.
You are a liar. You are deceptive, and that is like one of the worst fucking things.
But it's not.
I need honesty.
It
why
would be
can
one
it not
thing.
Be real?
Listen,
it's not real.
When you say deceptive and everything, to me, it transports as like you and I are friends, and here I am like smelling your hair when you're asleep. Like that is the creepy part of it. That is the crazy part of it.
You doing something with the expectation of something in return is a problem.
But it's not. The only expectation is
that I'll love you forever and marry you.
No, is that my efforts are showing my love. And I think the only expectation is that recognition.
No, I think she would have been better off, like, letting that organically happen. Even befriending the brother with that. I don't think that's, like, the problem. It's the stalking and the this and the that. Like, and intentionally doing it with...
But who doesn't do that?
No, it's not even that. It's, like... the following, it's the getting to the same sport. It's like all of these things. I've done stuff where I've befriended a brother to like, you know what I mean? Like that's not unreasonable, but like it's not like you orchestrated and specifically befriended the mom in this way.
I just think it's
specifically went to the same school to be near the, like there are these things.
Yeah.
You should have been up front, like once you met him, been like, hey.
But why?
Because he sounds like he'd fucking date her anyways. So?
Obviously not.
Well, no, once she was creepy, but I'm saying when she was little.
But that's my thing is like, I don't see this reaction. I get like, wow, that's a little crazy. Or like, but it's to a point of where it's like, wow, it's crazy that you did all of this. And it should translate to you did all of this because you love me.
It does not.
I think it does.
No, it's literally psychotic.
I
think...
My thing is like...
I'm very glad that you are married to someone that I love so much and who loves you and like is a great person. If not, I would be very concerned.
I think to wrap it up, because we'll go on this rant forever.
Forever.
To wrap it up is one of those things where like I will acknowledge there is craziness to it. And I think you have to have two consensual parties.
Yes.
For it to be like, for me to say it is romantic. I feel like from the story, that is where we're at. Two people, regardless of the age gap. He obviously wasn't against it because as a man, you're going to know this chick is giving me a lot more attention than someone who just wants to be my fucking friend. Furthermore, she had her bag, she got her bag, she kept her bag, she felt guilty about having a bag, and then she fucked it all up. But his reaction, in my opinion, I would have been okay with it. If Victor, even if you were to come to me and be like, actually, I told mom to like hit you up and be like, you know, and be like, because I wanted to be your friend or whatever.
I love that.
It's
not the truth, but
I know, but I'd be like, I would be like, that's it. Like,
no, you want to know what the truth is? When you guys were all hanging out, I was like, I want to hang out too, and I never did. I wasn't invited.
You came to breakfast.
Yeah, like forever after you guys like hung out.
Sure. Well, see?
Yeah, because when you guys...
And then look at that. So you wanted to hang out. You came to breakfast. And look at us now. We have a fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah, but like...
That's creepy.
No.
See?
It's not creepy because eventually we would cross paths. We're family. It's not the fucking same as like some guy.
Okay, but your brother and I are family, and we like. It's like,
but I wasn't.
Hey.
It's because we get along. It's not because I'm orchestrating your life. I know you really want that, but
I am.
No,
I am.
I love that.
You think I'm like? I clean my house before you come. I make it so that you want to be here.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
I have dogs. I have a cat.
Have dogs. You didn't get a dog
I give you
for me
a
to be here.
space.
That's not the same thing though. That's because of genuine like we love each other. Like that's not. No, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
You're not like, oh, she's gonna go to.
I think.
Like, you know what I mean? Like.
I acknowledge the fact that I feel like, and I've said this throughout this episode, you have to be crazy to be romantic.
Sure.
I think it's an overwhelming gesture of love. I think she should have kept her fucking mouth shut.
Okay.
If
And now for the real, like, sane take. Whoa. The real sane take. Any relationship started on a lie is not meant to last. I think if you really love someone that much, first of all, if you're 14, you should not. Baby, you got better things
Can
coming.
I interject
The dusty,
really quick?
Yeah.
I don't see how it started on a lie.
Because he thinks that they met. I mean, even so many years later, I would have known if we met. He doesn't know that they met and, like, she became friends with the brother for that sole purpose. She befriended the mom for that sole purpose.
But don't you think, like, even if that's the intent, here's the thing. It's one thing to be like, I started this friendship with the brother to get to him, and I fucking hate this dude.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, I couldn't stand him before. I put in all that effort to be with him.
I don't
The
disagree.
fact that she's like, you made a friend. Yeah, the intention was to get to the brother, but you still made a friend. You still found that connection. You still found that genuosity to grow within a person, to see of yourself.
Genuosity.
Yeah, I
love
know,
that.
right?
I don't know if that's a word, but
It's
I love
not.
it. I love
It's really
it.
not.
I love it. I'm gonna start saying that. Genuosity.
But my thing is, yes,
But it's still a lie. That's not why you're friends. You did something as a friend to be gain
but see,
something
to
out
me,
of it.
a lie is like, it would be one thing if, like, I don't know, like,
It's the intentions are not pure. It's not pure intention. It's not like, oh, hey, like, I met this person at work and, like, we're friends now. Or, like, you know.
I just think that's, people who have that are, like, lucky. I'm out here fucking...
That's so crazy.
I'm out here fucking making moves. Like, things don't just... Good things don't just happen to me. I have to make
That's
shit.
not the same thing as friendship, though. Like, relationships and friendships are very different than, like,
But, like,
a career.
But my thing is, for even more so, aside from him, for her, how is it... I get that's where I want to be friends with this person to get to the brother. That's shitty of you.
Yeah.
However, I still like you as a friend. Look at, like, before I even met your brother.
But the foundation is wrong.
But you still grow from that.
I don't disagree, because I feel like the friendships that I've had for a long period of time, they may not have, like, started. Because I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Always. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ever changing as I want to be. Like, I think you change, and as people change and grow together, that can happen. But I think at the same time, like, there comes a point where it's like, oh, just so you know, like, this was the intention.
If it were me, if I was putting myself in my shoes, I would be like at Thanksgiving, right? We're with his family.
Yeah.
You see him, you see the brother, you see the mother. I would sit at the head of the table and be like, all of this was because of me.
Yeah, because you're crazy.
It's
the Virgo.
the power
in you.
of
It's
it.
The Virgo in
The
you.
power of it is like, you wouldn't even know. Like, I am the glue of this. I am keeping this shit
You're not
together.
the glue. And that's the problem. You're not the glue. This family exists, and you're like, no. So
I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't have this unless I did what I needed to do.
Lied.
And I got what I wanted. So what's the moral of the story?
And that's selfish.
The moral of the
That's
story
selfish.
is, to get what you want in life, you need to lie, cheat, and deceive.
Lie, cheat, and steal? No. A sane take. Relationships based on
I'm
a
so
lie.
mad about this. I'm more mad that you're not seeing my point of view.
I understand where you're coming from, but darling, it is an unhealed, like, point of view. You need... Because
my mother died when I was...
Stop. Because, look.
What?
You know what's better than you orchestrating all of this? Victor loves you and chose you.
Yeah.
That's so much more beautiful than you lying.
That's my point.
That's my point. What are you talking about?
Listen, Victor and I, I had to, meet him and all that stuff. Like, I had to pursue in the way
That's not no.
But
it's
the thing
not
is
the
this,
same at all.
But the thing is this. It takes work. My thing is,
Yes.
it would be one thing if, like I said, she was 15 and the intent was to get him in bed. Yeah, bitch, you're fucking crazy. Like, who's doing that?
That's less crazy.
She's
What
in
are you
the
talking about?
No, she said, I want this. That is the tunnel vision of, I know what I want, and she did what she needed to do to get it. She ruined it by telling him and feeling guilty about it.
Bring it back.
Ah.
He wants you. Like, that's what you're looking for. It sounds like...
But that didn't just happen.
No, because you put in work together. It's not because of a lie. It's not because of a lie.
Is that what our marriage
is? Based on
is?
a lie. No, this is a lie.
The...
She orchestrated and fucked with him so that he thought he wanted her.
How?
By inserting herself in his life. You know how easy it is? Okay.
Listen, if you're not ambitious enough to go out there and be like, you're an option, but there are other fish in the sea, that's on you. That's not on me.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. It's more so, I think the way it sounds romantic is like, this person's obsessed with me and I need that because I don't think that someone like normally could just love me like a normal person. That's what that feels like.
It just feels so like I need a ride or die because I'm a ride or die. And if you're out here just like, I love you.
But that's not what it is. It's not, you have no idea what their relationship would have looked like organically.
True. I am basing it on how I am with Victor.
Yes.
Which I'm just like, I know that he will go to the ends of the earth with me.
You didn't lie to get him to be yours.
But if
you
I
guys
did,
worked together. If you did, that would be a problem.
For who?
I use this as a confession?
For who?
For him. Like,
how?
Because it's a lie.
But our life together
is beautiful.
And it can't be any other way.
It could be.
It could be, but it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be us together. I'm gonna turn off this
camera right now.
No, because it's true. The thing is, that's what I'm saying is like, I get. The thing is this: people put such a negative, and it can. I'm not discounting that it can't, and I am biased because I am focusing on how I see my relationship with Victor. But like I said, the obsession part of it, I don't want to not be obsessed with anyone but Victor. I don't want Victor to be obsessed with anyone
and it's not
but me.
That's where I'm saying the obsession is not the problem. It's the obsession and the dishonesty. Because I agree. I want someone to be obsessed with me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be obsessed with someone. It's the obsession and the lie.
My issue is, which it's like, you're not hurting anyone by admitting this is what I did to get what I want.
But you hurt him by doing that.
How?
It's a lie.
You have,
Bestie.
but
it's
the thing is this.
Lie.
But here's my thing, especially as a man, like looking at someone who is more of the female role in a marriage. Here's the thing, you have what almost every man wants. You have a wife who adores you, who is dedicated to you, who is obsessed with you. That is on him to say, I don't want that. And that type of rejection.
But it's based on a lie.
But the thing of it is, it didn't hurt anyone. Like I said.
It hurt him because it's not real.
It is real.
It could not be real.
It's.
How does he know that? She lied about all of this foundational information.
Orchestrating their.
Then what else is she lying about? She already lied in the post with the phone. She didn't include that.
That's just good storytelling.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no way to know if this person is being honest.
I guess.
You infiltrated my family to get to me. That's fucking crazy.
That means I am.
As a slay girl. That's what I'm saying. My crazy side. I get it. Like, good for her. No. Okay. Because we need to finish this up.
Yes, I'm sorry.
As a sane person, you need to go into a relationship with honesty and respect, because that's not a respectful thing to do, is to lie to your partner. And genuinely, I think you can be obsessed with someone. I think it would have been better if at 15 they hooked up. I genuinely think that. I think it would have been awful. It's fucking terrible. You shouldn't do that. But, like, in my head, that to me would be less... I mean, at least you guys know where you're at. I think it's creepy of him. I think he's already creepy. That's part of it. So it's like, if they were two adults and she went to the same coffee shop every day to try to talk to him, or took up baseball because she saw he had a baseball bag. I don't fucking know. But, like, those things, I don't think that's harmful. I think it's, it's like a little kooky. Her searching up his fucking family, being like, oh, he's got a sister. We're going to become best friends. And be like, oh, hi, like... No, that's fucking insane. Like, that's fucking crazy. Good for you. As a girl's girl, good for you. If you're asking my opinion, crazy.
And if you're asking my opinion, romantic.
Well, Little Omens. This is a little more heated than I think.
I just want to end this episode with letting everyone know that as crazy as I am in a great loving relationship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, and hey, if you need someone to stand you, I'm here.
Stand you?
Yeah, like, stand up for you.
Oh, okay.
If you need a crazy bitch. If you need someone to...
Oh, yeah, like, I would encourage you
if you need someone to
be
justify your crazy, hi.
I don't know. Whatever.
Let's wrap it
I
up.
really want to know what you guys think, who you agree with, because there are some feelings. Sure. Yeah.
I kind of love that we're on two different
Yeah.
two different parts of the spectrum here.
Well, I feel like as a human being...
Am I not?
No. As a human being, one of my goals, like, as a human, is to not put harm onto others, and I think that's harmful as to what she did. I think it's very harmful. So does he, apparently, so it's for him to say.
I really gotta talk to Victor about this.
Yeah.
Imagine if he, like, feels how you feel.
I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you didn't orchestrate. Girl, we gotta go. You're telling on yourself. All right, Little Omens, that is it for today's episode. We hope that you had a good time. We hope that you had fun.
Please let us know how you feel about it in the comments.
Yeah, we want to talk about this because I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I think we're going to have more of these. So subscribe to stick around because we're clearly opinionated people.
Oh, yeah.
And before you go, be sure to like all of our socials linked here.
And remember, Little Omens,
Stay spooky and be obsessed with your partner.
This is episode 22. What the fuck is it called? Fucking
This is episode 22, story time.
story time.
Crazy
or romantic? Okay, can we do it one more?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. You're fine.
I'm good.
You're fine.
Crazy.
I remember when I lost my mind.
We keep both.
We can't look at each other now.